9 types of prophets that you should know about. Not all prophets are the same. I believe it's high time the church understands the prophetic and the different types of prophets. Number 1, a born prophet. Of course, some they call this type of a prophet the before prophet. And that is because Jeremiah 1:5 declares, before you were formed in your mother's womb, I ordained you, I appointed you a prophet to nations. He was not a prophet because God decided after that he should become a prophet, but he was a prophet before he was born. When you read the Bible in the book of Matthew chapter 22 verses 14, if I was to use this scripture, the Bible declares, many are called, but few are chosen. Whenever we are talking about a born prophet, we are talking about a chosen prophet. Number 2, the Yahweh prophet. Some in the prophetic will call the Yahweh prophet a prophet of prophets, Moses being one of them. In the book of Numbers chapter 12 verse 8, God says, as for Moses, he is different. Remember, when Miriam and Aaron were speaking against Moses for marrying an Ethiopian woman, God came down and he said to them, were you not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? If there is a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and I will speak to him in a dream. To some I speak in riddles, but as for Moses, I speak to him face to face. None is like him. The word Yahweh is the word honor, is the word fearful. When David said, I am fearful and wonderfully made, he was saying, I am Yared. Moses was a prophet, but a prophet of prophets. Hence, when he said, I cannot speak because I have a stammering tongue, God said to him, Aaron, your brother, will be your prophet. Notice, if you may, Aaron was not God's prophet. Aaron was Moses' prophet. So Moses was a prophet of prophets. Number 3, the called prophet. This one is not a born prophet, but this one is called into the prophetic office. Amos 7:14 and 15 declares, I was not a prophet, neither a son of a prophet, but I was a headman and a gatherer of sycamore fruit. But the Lord said to me, go and prophesy to my people. Amos was not a prophet, but Amos was called into the prophetic office. Hence, when you read the Bible in the book of Ephesians chapter 4, and you start from verses 11 going down, it says he called some apostles, he called some prophets. So these were not born, but these were called into the office. If I say to you, come here, you are coming because I've called you. Number 4, a dual prophet. In the prophetic, a dual prophet is called the twofold prophet. This is a prophet and a seer at the same time. Not every prophet is a seer. In the book of 1 Samuel chapter 9, and you read verses 9, it says, he who was known as a prophet was now known as a seer. 1 Chronicles chapter 29 verse 29, it speaks about the acts of David that were written in the book of Samuel the seer. Yet when you read the book of Samuel, Samuel is also addressed as a prophet. As a matter of fact, in his days, he was living in a time called theocracy. We are in democracy. Theocracy is when God governs a nation through a prophet. So Samuel was a prophet and a seer at the same time. So there are people who are dual prophets. These ones, if you close their eyes, they will use their ears to hear. If you close their ears, they will smell it. If you close their nose, they will taste it. If you close their mouths, they will feel it. Number 5, the silent prophet. I know you might be hearing that for the very first time. In the Bible, the book of Genesis chapter 20 verse 7, we see a king that had taken Abraham's wife, having a dream, and in that dream, God says to the king, leave the man's wife, for the man is a prophet, talking about Abraham. But you and I have never seen Abraham prophesy or move in the prophetic. But the Bible calls him a prophet. How come? He was a prophet, but a silent prophet. His ability to hear God and to follow what God was saying made him a strong vessel in the prophetic. There are people who are called in the office of a prophet, but you'll never see them prophesy. Not because they are not prophets. They are prophets, but their functionality can be healing. Their functionality can be interpretation of tongues. Their functionality can be word of wisdom. As for Abraham, he was a prophet, but his functionality was faith. Hence the Bible in the book of Hebrews calls him the father of faith. Number 6, a seasonal prophet. The word says it all. This is a prophet not for a lifetime, but this is a prophet for a season. In the book of Jonah, we see a man called Jonah who was called by God to go and prophesy to the people, or rather the nation of Nineveh. And as soon as he prophesied to them, we don't see and we don't hear about Jonah anymore. We don't see Jonah prophesying. As a matter of fact, his prophecy that he gave to the people of Nineveh, it never came to pass. And that's because the prophecy he gave is what we call a conditional prophecy. Because there is an unconditional prophecy, then a conditional prophecy. When he gave it that God is going to destroy them because of their wickedness, the king told the nation, the people of the nation, to go on a fast, and they repented and God forgave them. Hence, after God forgave them, Jonah was angry. A lot of people don't understand why he was angry. I mean, how can you have the most successful crusade in the Old Testament history where people repented